Yeah, chilling with the Zulu, man.
That's so much coming from a person who seems to be coming from an nature of preaching the gospel once.
No, believe me, bro, I'm saved and I'm born again. I've been for 21 years now. But in my walk, bro, I've realized one thing, which there are things as a grand that we get toward, but there are also things as ngeko right.
Sure.
That keeps us in prison. You know, there are so many things, bro. Fundiswa ngeko right, better. If you look at the disciples of Jesus, these guys, bro, were entrepreneurs, bro, and they were under 21. You know, these guys were fishermen. That was the biggest, one of the toppest skill at that time. You know, and these are the guys that this guy comes and he says, you know, I want to work with these guys because they have a skill. And la machite benga lali, bespana, you know what I mean? Making sure that they go fish and then sell these fish to make money for themselves. So these were gentlemen who were entrepreneurs. So you can't come and tell me now I must wait on God, not doing anything. And then somehow there's going to be a miracle that's going to take me out. You forever wait and you'll be poor. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to say is religion itself is, I don't like it, you know, but there are principles that are there that you can take and work, that can work for you. You know, poverty, it's one thing within and I hate it with passion. And we have normalized it because every time, whenever you're talking of a black person, the first thing people think about, poverty. Why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it is being one of the things they associate on that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. It's
and it's appeal and that's
and we also embrace it and promote it, food, you know, and it becomes a lifestyle now. You know, which I have mailing shizzy before be right. Sometimes we shizzy lunga biko right. You know. So it's all about some other times. It's right now in our generation, it's no longer about being cursed or a curse or anything. It's just decision, dog.
Sure.
We are decided, bro. Every day you make a decision. Where you are because of my decision. It's not a come doctor. You're not that special. You just decide today I'm gonna go this way. Today it's my decision, bro. And yes, because I'm a decision, bro. But the consequences you can't run away from. They're always gonna catch up with you. You know, and that's the saddest thing about us. We don't wanna take accountability. Going back to what we were saying earlier, take accountability of our decisions.
Yeah.
We always want to scapegoat, blaming someone. It's the government, it's my mom, it's my dad. Uzenza intanda no 40 cabanga una 40 years usacanga ukuthi intanda. You know, ngiyathakathwa izinto zama ihambe kahle nginefela iminyama akho fela iminyama raso. Ama decision owenzayo. You decide ukuthi kuse ngizohamba la ngiyoshala ngale ngosikuni kuzaleka ingane. Ucanga ukuthi kuzophuma iplaza.
Kazendla ngani?
Ucanga kuzophuma iplaza. Kuzophuma ingane. You know, and then lengane kumele yondliwe. Uzolindela hayi uRamaphosa kasenzele lu. Bro.
Yeah,
you understand?
Yeah.
So already now you are creating a cycle of poverty. Ngenxa ama decision owenza. And engane yakhe ikhula kule poverty uthi hayi vele izokhula nami ngakhula ngihlupheka. You know what I mean? So you're normalizing poverty. You know, it becomes a lifestyle. And it's okay for, you know, for you. And then ufuna sikudabukele. Yebo uthi hayi singakhulumi noma kanjani because we are tunukana fuck off. We're not gonna you decided this is the path I'm gonna take, this is what I'm gonna do, you know. Vuna, you know. Yeah.
Ukhuluma kahle mokhuluma ke mokhuluma ke kanjalo cuz bafuna ukudatshukelwa abantu and another thing people though khona abantu nje basishilo ukuthi we depend on people so much. There are people as well that's like holding the power uthi dependela kubona.
Sure.
Uthi ngathi bangahlezi be praise wa njalo njalo. And then you speak of uthi we're not good planners. Yeah, but we're not good in planning to the future. Even the government when they took over post 1994 they did not have a plan moving forward. Chigi there's what's everywhere, municipalities anyway, by 2030, by 2030 this, by 2030
Yeah.
that, by 2030 this. What do you think of that?
Those are just stupid slogans. Those people don't know what they're doing.
Sure.
Let me tell you, bro. I was in Joburg conference like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
That BE conference I went invite to you. I
Okay.
went there. And you hear them. They're saying good statements. You know, they have good slogan, but havana strategy. They
Sure.
don't, like literally, they don't have a strategy, but they have just slogans. Because really, that is what helps them for this thing to keep moving. Is
Sure.
to give you promises, angeko,
Yeah.
dayisela nje into engekho, you
Hope.
know, and then you keep on depending on them because
Yeah.
once you aware, because I preach about self-awareness more than anything. Once you are aware, ukuthi kahle kahle kushawe rutlas la, angiphapame ngizenzele mina ngiyibambele mina. You realize ukuthi lento le is scam school because you're thinking your vote is gonna help you to become. How the hell are you expecting ukuthi kube i-crosses or shintsha impilo yakho? There's no way, dog. You know, so government, government and banks are biggest scammers ever, dog. But they're ruthless serious, because once you dig deep and you understand how these institutions operate, you realize but they've managed to package into with imthethe bayenza kwayinto esaba and using fear and instilling fear and promoting into efikuze sibasabe kanti at the end of the day you realize no man it's just that basupportwe imthethe ethize
Abekwe yibo.
exactly so the two sabo kuba question, you know, because the issue is don't question. We are programmed like that from Miss Careless. Kunjalo. Nasekhaya, it's the same thing. You don't challenge authority. I mean, what the hell? Why? If you are telling me about something,
Yeah.
or you are teaching me about something, I must ask you questions about it to understand. My thing is, ask questions, bro, in anything.
Hlala nawo njalo ungazi.
Yes, and then uvalwe yizo lezo hleli nathi hayi ungabuzi. Like, why? I must ask. So what I'm trying to say is the guys in government don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Same as guys in municipalities. Everywhere, even in those guys don't know what they're doing. Do you understand? Because if they knew what they were doing, the city would be in a better position.
Sure.
If they knew what they were doing, the country would be. We wouldn't have this high unemployment rates, 63%. You understand? We wouldn't have here in KZN. We wouldn't have 43% of unemployment. We wouldn't have 40% of youth that's illiterate. You know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have all these dropouts in high school, you know, if these guys knew what they were doing. You look at our GDP as a country, bro, we are around about 600 billion. I mean, in NVIDIA, one of the biggest AI or chip company in the world, in America right now, yesterday, market cap is like $5 trillion US. It's country. And yet South Africa,
And it's
bro,
just one company.
you understand?
Sure.
And yet South Africa, bro, has all these minerals, you know?
And more.
Brazo.
Yeah.
But we are just led by morons, bro, who don't know what they're doing. It's simple. I keep saying this, dog. So long as we have people that don't have a vision
Yeah.
for the country, I mean, we're not going to go anywhere. And so long as Nala Makesha, Brazo, any movement, bro, any movement that doesn't have a youth, low movement, they expire, Brazo. Low movement can never be impactful. You gotta have young people being part of the movement, making sure that they direct this thing. How are you expecting somebody to make a decision for the next 10 years? Also, there's a sure need.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Do
Do you get what I mean? And these guys put love power because that's all they know.
Yeah.
You know, but they don't know anything else besides being dictators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think makes these older generation, because you tend to see that everywhere.
Yeah.
What do you think makes this older generation so power hungry? Because you see them even in the smallest spaces, even in the places where you like, you really don't need to have that mindset, but they're just
simple,
power hungry.
It's simple. I know it's a Zulu, it's what you call the name of that? Zulu man, right?
Yeah, chilling with the Zulu man.
It's chilling with the Zulu man.
Yes.
And I know Zulus are not going to like this, but it's a truth.
Sure.
Ingoba bahlulwa.
Sure.
But I'm a Zulu. The only thing about promoter ilento yasempiasisandlwane. That's the only thing. How many battles abahlulwe kuwona? There are so many. So they just that they don't want to ukuvuma ukuthi no. Asinqoba mangisi. Nanamhlanje bro.
Asiqoba la.
Asinqoba.
Yeah.
Even ungasho emqondweni nasempini nje literally. They defeated. That's real history talk, not if bayiziswa. No, they did. The only impasse is Papa Manga as locus coming as that's the only one. Of how many? Zao. Do you understand? So these guys are power hungry. So once they're in Lokuzan, uyayifuna le anto yokuthi aparte, because into engenzakalanga empilweni yakhe for all these years ukuphatha kuyinto angayazi. So that's why whenever they're in these positions, they don't want to let them go. Even if umuntu ebona ukuthi ayisekho lento yakhe but usazoforce. You know, because he wants power. You know, and ihlungu ipower fethu yomuntu wesike makuyipower yomuntu ongenamali. Yeah, it's a problem. You know, but they just want power. You know, so it goes back to for the fact that they know that there was a time where nobody see them. So now they want to be seen because every man wants that, bro. Wonke umuntu wants to be seen. So the minute they now have these type of position, as just faces, they're gonna suppress or oppress those abangaphansi kwabo ukuze babone, because now it's something they've been looking up to beyibona kongamla so beyifuna now. Yeah.
And they look up so much to Ongam.
No, they do, bro.
They do.
I mean, like it's programming, you know. Yeah, shower, bro. As Leandro, it's embedded subconsciously in a way that we can be in the lift. The mood is gonna change.
Abang.
So shower valo, so fall off, bro. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
I noticed that as well. I went to a multiracial school, and my parents were saying, want you to be there so that you ujwayele ukuba phakathi kwalabantu bonke ubabone na ukuthi bayibantu bayaphila njengawe. There's nothing so much about that.
Yeah, there isn't.
Yeah, and you find and you find with masuke indaweni nabantu like hey, but I'm like I'm not really sure what you guys are scared of or yini lese tatazelisa kangaka
abasaba bro.
Yebo,
Ngathi besaba namandiya. Babasaba phethu and leyampahla ishayiwe ngalendlela ukuthi siyabakhothamela kanti labantu abasilutho, and they've seen ukuthi siyabasaba. That's why they still use that even namanje.
Yeah,
they use it, bro, and it works because now yonke into phethu ithi ibona abantu abangcono, ithi ibona who are innovators. That is another thing that engilwa nayo mina right now ukuthi we can't keep on promoting these people as if like they're smart. Those people are dumb, bro. I mentor a lot of white folks now.
Yeah.
You know? They don't know nothing. You know, there's another one who was claiming he got a thinking to speak to one of the conferences and then he act as if like he understand Bitcoin and blockchain. I just asked him simple question and the guy didn't know nothing. But the muntu be busy and I'm thinking to myself, but that's luto. So I asked him simple question, he couldn't answer me. Why?
Yeah.
Because I got luto. Because usasebenzisa lento ukuthi just because umlu uyazi vele bazomlalela no me better. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And they won't question it.
No, they won't because bamsaba. You know, but I just asked him a few questions and I realized I was looking and I'm about to come and speak on this thing. But yet I do you understand what I'm saying? So when we speak about such things, but the people laba but it's like do you understand? And I spoke about this almost like 9 years ago, bro. Like they're gonna bring someone from overseas now. So come on. I'm like, dude, we've been preaching about this thing for the past 9 years.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's been that thing ukuthi into mayifiyana belungu yona engcono umlungu. I'm not about that, dog, you know. So I think one of the biggest things that we need to do is to unlearn that nonsense and relearn, new beliefs and start having a confidence, you know, within ourselves, because that's the most thing is shy with us not confident. And back 70s lokho abelungu but mekubona ukuthi sithithi sibheka phansi bakusebenza ngempela bomasha now. You know, and you become isigcila sabo, bro, because you don't have confidence. And that's what I'm saying. In anything, dog, let's go to tables and discuss. Not in that boguti uzong Caesar. No, we're discussing equity here and partnership. So you're not gonna tell me now. I know. No.
Yeah.
I know my story. So that's why it's important for you to even develop yourself and know what is it that you are selling, so that it won't become umuntu who's just a beggar. Yeah.
Yeah. In order for us, because another thing that is mostly encouraged is entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But at the same time, not all of us can be business owners.
Yeah.
Not all of us have the mind to run businesses.
Yeah.
In that space of being entrepreneurs, what's the biggest lie that you think is told about being an entrepreneur?
Fethu ile yokuthi fanele uhambe ngemoto enkulu, fanele gqoke kahle, you know, and then you are uvuka noma yini isikhathi usithandayo, you know, and when those type of life from that they sell people on social media.
Propaganda.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's a lie, you know, because if you're an entrepreneur, bro, I say entrepreneur because do you understand? And then whatever product or service that you are rendering, it must make money for you. So if money is not coming in, you're not an entrepreneur, bro. If you're not making money in whatever that you're doing, you're not an entrepreneur, because at the end of the day, you must make money.
You're just a hustler.
Exactly, dog. And no lento ukuthi abantu balokhu beba namabhayo amakhulu bengayenzi lutho la umuntu azoyibiza nge-CEO. You just register a company, It's good to be ambitious, but don't be too ambitious when you haven't built anything. Just start small and build something. You know what I mean? Yeah. Then you move. So this thing of entrepreneurship is into that is fancy. You need to solve problems, and people pay you. That is it.
Simple.
So if you're not solving problems, you're not an entrepreneur, bro. It's basic, bro. Lento yethu ucabanga mhlawumbe ukuba entrepreneur into efense ukuthi nami ngizohamba nge-Range Rover. Oh, that's a lie, dog. Because you might be in the game. Can't be Range Rover ungayithenga after 10 years.
Sure.
Do you understand? Because the main thing is to grow the business, you know, and scale the business, you know, and keep investing the money in the business. This thing of once you're an entrepreneur, you're lying. You know, you've been lied to by those people who lied to you online and thinking this thing is all about all glamorous and everything. No, it's not. You're gonna lose money too, you know. And the saddest thing is you can't say you're an entrepreneur when you don't have a client too. Who's your client? You know, who?
Yeah.
You know,
I can't have a podcast if I don't have a guest.
Exactly, bro. You can talk to yourself, yeah. And if no one is listening, what's the point?
Sure.
You know, because you need people that are gonna listen to you. You know, and once you got their attention, the currency is gonna come, because attention is the new currency.
If I can steal your attention, I've got you.
Of course, bro. That's all you need. You see right now, bro. That's why all these big companies, they are going for our attention. Everybody wants our attention, bro. Everyone. You see, the social media is making sure that they're killing the old media. With what? Attention.
Yeah.
You understand? So they keep you here in your feed because bakfunala, and it's more money for themselves, more ad for revenues for ad that they are making.
Yeah.
TV, because it's no longer entertaining anymore.
Yeah.
You know, they're playing one of the same things. So people are here on social media, and I'm out. They're very creative. They're doing all these skits and whatnot, and that's what you want. You are there, so you have to make money with That's attention.
Yeah, and as long as they can keep you here, you have more time doing nothing, and
Of
if doing
course,
nothing, you have no progress at
And
all.
that's what they want, because
Yeah.
they know if they keep you on this thing, I mean, you're not gonna focus on building anything for yourself. Yeah.
I heard you speaking about losing things in business. What's the biggest loss that you have taken in a business, and how did you rebuild from that?
I think for me, bro, the beginning of when I started this live conversation thing, I wanted to
Yeah.
invest in everybody's startup, you know. I'm a cheaters, I'm a out, and then, hey, bro, invest in my startup angayanga ndawo nje lose imali kanjalo izinto ezingasebenzanga because nganginale info ukuthi I want to help them out, you know, and you put your money and this thing is not generating any, you know.
Yeah.
Lokuza for you, and it's like, hey, what's up, you know? So I think that was the biggest mistake of my journey, where I was investing on all these startups that were not, it didn't become successful at the end. You know what I mean? So it was a big loss for me, and also I think losing money also in investing in those business and in crypto in the beginning as well, you know, because I didn't understand and all of that, but the more I learn and try to educate myself, now it is in you, man. I don't lose now.
You're chilling with the Zulu, man.